Hello, good morning, Namaskar. Today I am going to discuss about diet management in homeopathic practice part 1. So first we see what is diet. A diet is defined as the types of amounts of food eaten daily by an individual. Those quantity or amount of food daily we consume called diet. Food consumed by us or used by us or utilized by us contains fat, protein, carbohydrate, minerals and trace element. If in our diet or daily diet certain amount of food component is increased or decreased, it manifests in the deficiency or excess storage or deposition that causes different types of disorders. So diet management is completely followed during homeopathic treatment. Which type of diet should be advised to patient or avoid during medication? Different types of diet in the world is paleo diet, vegan diet, low carbo diet, the Deccan diet, ultra low fat diet, Atkins diet, SCG diet, Zone diet, or maybe other types of diet prevailed in all over the world. Diet depend upon the occupation and regional climate. Our master, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, in his master work, Organon of the Art of Healing, provide precise guideline on dietetic caution during the homeopathic treatment of acute and chronic diseases. The section 259, 260 and 261 of the Organon advise as follows. In 259, the minuteness of the dose required in homeopathic practice makes it necessary that every other kind of medicinal influence that might cause a disturbance should be avoided in the diet and regimen of patient, in order that the highly verified dose may not be counteracted, overpowered, or disturbed by extraneous or external origin influence, medicinal influence, etc. In aphorism 260, in chronic cases, therefore, it is especially necessary to search carefully for such impediments. Impediments means a hindrance or obstruction in doing something to the cure, because these diseases are frequently aggravated by obscure noxious influence of that kind, as well as by errors in regimen which bring frequently overlooked exercise a deleterious effect. In aphorism 261, the proper regimen to be enjoyed during the use of medicines in chronic diseases consists in the removal of all obstacles in the way of recovery and in the substitute of a wholesome mode of life, such as innocent recreation of the mind, active exercise in the open air, in all kinds of weather like daily walk, light manual labor, etc., proper nutritious food and drink. Proper nutritious food and drink, unadulterated with medicinal substances. The footnote to section 260 further elucidates as under: coffee, Chinese tea, or other herb tea, beer containing medicinal vegetable substances unadapted to the condition of the patient, so called cordials prepared from medicinal spices, all kinds of punch, spiced chocolate, scented water, and perfumes of various kinds, highly odorous flower, cultivated in the chamber, medicated toothpaste, are prohibited during treatment of the homeopathic or prescription of the homeopathic medicine. Dr. Kent goes further to elucidate the point: when patients are under constitutional remedies, they need caution about certain kinds of food that are known to disagree with their constitutional remedy. A bryonia patient is often made sick from eating sauerkraut, a German dish of chopped pickled cabbage, from vegetable salads, chicken salads, etc. So that you need not be surprised after administering a dose of bryonia for a constitutional state to have your patient come in and say she has been made very ill from eating some one of these things. It is well to caution persons who are under the influence of pulsatilla to avoid the use of fat food, because very often they will upset the action of the remedy. It is well to say to patients who are under lycopodium, see that you do not eat oyster while taking this medicine. These medicines are known to produce states in the stomach inimical to certain kinds of food. Certain remedies have violently inimical relation to acid, lemon, etc. If you do not particularly mention the fact and say you must not touch vinegar or lemons, nor take lemon juice while taking this medicine, you will have the remedy spoiled and then wonder why it is. The medicine often stops acting and the patient gets the disordered condition of the stomach and bowels. A medicine that should act for a long time ceases action and you do not know what the trouble is. Homeopathy will rule out such things as are inimical to the remedies and inimical to patient in general, or do not agree with a particular constitution. Continued in second part. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.